Right now, this Friday morning at 6 o'clock here on Fox 61, start your engines. The Memorial Day weekend travel rush is on. Thousands of Connecticut drivers expected to hit the roads, and they're doing it with higher gas prices than a year ago. A live report coming up as you take a live look here of I-84 in Farmington. And good morning to you. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. TGIF, we made it and we're feeling good. Thanks for starting yours off with us, America Arias.
And I am Bridget Garland. It's a little colder out there, but we're going to warm up nicely for your Friday. So today, Matt, is the day to get outside and enjoy those temperatures.
I think today is fine. No, keep the music going. Thank you.
I want to see that sunrise again.
Yeah, I'll try to grab it on the fly for you. But for the most part, all right, you can kill the music. It's distracting me.
Nope.
Oh.
Thank you very much. All right.
It's all in your head.
It was clashing with all the voices in my head. I didn't know which way was. Here's what you need to know before you go. A mostly seasonal Friday. Enjoy the dry weather for now. Tomorrow late, I think a good part of your Saturday is going to be fine, but we do have a decent rain coming in, especially for Sunday. Memorial Day, we're going to try to salvage. I think we'll do that pretty well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Current temperatures across the board, 47 to 51 out there. So a lot cooler than it was at this time yesterday, but we are thinning out the clouds quite nicely. As we take a look, bigger picture, there's nothing to be concerned with at all. Your temperatures, again, upper 40s to the lower 50s as we look for numbers that are going to be in the mid to upper. I'm here. I'm just trying to get that sunrise shot. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s. We're going to try to get to 70, and I think we have a good fair shot at that. The question will be whether or not we get to 72, which is where we should be. Took me a while. A beautiful sunrise coming up over the horizon this morning. So a really nice start and really well deserved, especially after a week that had obscenely hot conditions. And then yesterday, just really not. Forecast details for the whole Memorial Day holiday forecast. That's all coming up in a few minutes. I'll have the stuff ready to go much better at that point, Bridget. Just make a request now and I'll put it in.
Elevate your forecast when you see that beautiful sunrise behind you. I'm trying to help you out, Matt. Well, this morning we are tracking our first accident of the morning. It's out of Stamford. There's a single vehicle crash on Route 15, the northbound line, the lanes between exits 10 and 13. The right lane right now is closed, so traffic around it is going slow this morning. So be mindful of that if you're heading out in Stamford. Elsewhere in our state, in Hartford, things are looking fine. Only 5 minutes from East Hartford to downtown. You are cruising at a steady 70 miles per hour along 84 West this morning. Fairfield County drive times a little slow going. Bridgeport to Fairfield, 9 minutes, 41 miles per hour along 95. The Merritt is looking fine. And this is a look at your statewide traffic map. You see a lot of green on your Friday morning if you're heading out for the busy Memorial holiday weekend. Make it a great and safe weekend.
Well, as you said, we are heading into the busy holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and travel experts say they expect the roads to be busier than ever despite the weather. We're checking in with Fox 61's Erin Coogan. She's live at the I-95 Service Plaza in Branford. It's like conditions at some points over the weekend, and that is not going to affect travel. It is still going to be really high.
Yeah, good morning. Well, if you thought the wet weather was going to bring you some relief with that crazy holiday commute, think again. AAA predicting a record high number of travelers hitting both the roads and the skies this weekend. 45 million Americans expected to be going somewhere over the next couple of days. 39 million of those hitting the roads. Now, of course, I-95, a critical thoroughfare connecting much of the Northeast to southern coastline. Take a look of domestic travel destinations. Orlando, Miami, and Boston all falling within the top 10 spots. And if you are hitting the roads this weekend, AAA warns the heaviest traffic times include today between 3 and 6 p.m., followed by late Monday afternoon, with Sunday being your best bet to miss some of that heavier than usual congestion. Now, all of this travel coming as the price of fuel remains high across the country. The average price per gallon now sitting above $4 in all 50 states. Here at home, a little bit of stabilization around $4.64 is what you can expect in Connecticut. At Philadelphia, filling up today. That's about a 50% increase from prices last year. As always, here at home, Connecticut State Police for the holiday weekend will be employing extra patrols in and around our highways. Of course, as we have more information about the prices of gas and what you can expect on the roads, you're going to have it here on air and online at fox61.com. Guys.
All right, let's talk more about those gas prices, Aaron. As people hit the road, it appears gas prices have plateaued, at least for now. The price for a gallon of regular gas in Connecticut is $4.64. This time last year, the average was $3.11, so a big difference there. And this holiday weekend, people are reminded to be aware of the dangers of distracted driving, especially through work zones. Governor Ned Lamont says he will sign a bill passed by the state legislature that will toughen the penalties. When that takes effect, distracted driving through work zones would result in a reckless driving charge. They want drivers to get in the habit of ditching those distractions, especially the cell phone, and pay attention to crews out there.
Not only are they speeding, but they're not even paying attention. That means the escalation of fines is greater. There's risk of jail time, of license suspension.
And we do have a move over law here in Connecticut, so when you see the construction crews out and about, shift over to a different lane, give them plenty of space. And when the measure takes effect, it will result in fines up to $600, 30 days in prison, or both for a first-time offense. For each additional offense, drivers will face a fine of up to $1,200, 1 year in prison, or both. And if you're flying out over the weekend, the TSA says it expects to screen just over 18 million passengers at airports nationwide. The agency reminds people to bring their real ID or another form of acceptable ID, like a passport. Also, make sure you do not pack any banned items in your carry-on or checked bags.
As the rising cost of living continues to be on the minds of everyone, all 6 New England governors have said enough is enough when it comes to electric transmission rates. They all sent a joint statement to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to reject a proposal to increase transmission cost. The New England transmission owners want an increase from the current 9.57% up to 11.39%. The governors say the rate would come at the expense of taxpayers. In March, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission ordered transmission utilities to cut its profits and give $1 billion back to customers. And this letter comes a day after Eversource announced plans to seek an 11% increase in electric rates. On Wednesday, the company submitted a notice to PURA with their plan to file an application for a rate increase. Eversource states the reason for the increase is due to a revenue deficiency of more than $500 million. In a statement, Governor Ned Lamont disagreed with the revenue loss assessment and said, quote, maybe their numbers are real, but when they simultaneously post $1.69 billion in profit and then pay their CEO $13.5 million last year, it makes you wonder if they're relying on a convenient, creative form of math. Now, keep this in mind. As we've said before, this is just the first step in the process. The change still needs approval from PURA before any hikes can take effect. And if the hike does get approved, it would not go into effect until the middle of next year.
And a reminder from Hamden's fire chief this morning, if you light anything in your home on fire, like a candle or a cigarette, make sure you put it out properly. Fire crews responded to Broadmoor apartment yesterday, and when they got there, they found a fire on the 5th floor. The fire chief told us burning incense was the cause of this.
Well, people, unfortunately will leave things that are flammable unattended, whether it's a cigarette or incense, it doesn't matter. We ask folks to please put out the fire before you leave or fall asleep, whatever is burning in your candles, cigarettes, incense, because those things will start a fire if unattended.
The fire chief says between the water and smoke damage, people in 4 apartments can't live there right now, but she says thankfully no one was hurt. Waterbury Road in Thomaston is still closed this morning. Crews continue to repair a 42-inch water line that broke earlier in the week. And while the water line is in Thomaston, technically, it still impacts customers over in Waterbury. That area has been dealing with a number of water line breaks over the past several months. Waterbury officials have said customers might experience discoloration and a drop in water pressure. And now when Fox 61 went out there yesterday, most people we spoke with said they didn't have as many water issues as previous breaks, but now they're dealing with traffic issues with detours. And they said it's not only been a big mess, but it's causing quite the headache.
It's getting a little frustrating because it's happened twice in the last few weeks and we don't really get any notice of it. So then we have to detour around.
And it's not ideal timing with Memorial Day right around the corner here. The repairs could keep road closed there for nearly a week's time.
Some tough news for NASCAR and racing fans. They're mourning the loss of champion driver Kyle Busch. In a joint statement, Busch's family, Richard Childress Racing, and NASCAR called his death sudden and tragic. Earlier Thursday, the family announced that Busch had been hospitalized with a severe illness and would miss this weekend's race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The statement described Busch as a once-in-a-generation talent who was fierce, passionate, and deeply committed to the sport and its fans. Kyle Busch was just 41 years old.
And still ahead in the Fox 61 Morning News, in Money Matters, coffee lovers in Hartford can soon sip their way to prizes with the new citywide coffee crawl, how the summer event works and how you can join in.
Also ahead, President Trump pulling back on a proposed AI oversight just hours before he was set to sign it. Why concerns over America's competitive edge may be delaying new federal guidance. Stay with us.